And it goes a little something like
all summer and after fall, I'll keep you all summer.
Morning, ma'am. This is Miss Cherry Mihalandoni Austero, BS Ed 2. My report talks about learner-centered philosophy, or what we call student-centered philosophy. Learning-centered philosophy, or student-centered philosophy, focuses more on the training of individual students. This philosophy places more emphasis on the individuality of the students to realize their full potential. This approach of education focusing more on the needs and awareness of each student and how they act, how they collaborate with each other and gain more knowledge with it. Philosophy focuses more on the needs of the students. It empowers the learners to participate actively in every learning process. Learning centered philosophy focuses the attention on what the student is learning, on how the student is learning, how they apply their knowledge, how they do it by themselves, or how they can gain it from themselves, and tended to assume the learning was authentic. Now, let's move on to contents of my report, which are progressivism, humanism, and constructivism. So, what comes in your mind if it talks about progressivism? So, let me first give you the meaning of progressivism. Progressivism is a theory of education that is concerned with learning by doing and claims to that children learns best when pursuing their own interests and satisfying their own needs, which are actively based on the learning of the students to emphasize their experiences, abilities, interests, and their own needs. What is progressivism? Well, for me, progressivism is let's say progressivism means comes from the word itself. Progress means there is changes, the process of ongoing growth. This ideology embraces the realistic world problem solving activity of the student to have improvements with regards of their own knowledge rather than relying on memorization. So this means that progressivism is they have the ability to create, to build their own knowledge with the process of or by doing the things like listening to the teacher, um, thinking, then have um, have initiative in learning those things without spoken by the teacher, or let's say spoken by other people. You will just do it by yourself. If you want to learn, so you must do it with passion and motivation, which is humanism. Humanism is a branch of education that believes that learning is viewed as an act of fulfillment one's potential. Humanism is a progressive philosophy of life. Beliefs of human needs and values are important than religious belief that their needs and desires of human. The center of this philosophy, or what we call humanism, focuses one's innate goodness, moral values, or ethical values. It focuses more on the human freedom, so we have the freedom to do whatever we want as long as it is good and we cannot hurt other people, dignity, and potential. Studying human values are viewed as an act of their goals, self motivation, and potential interests. Many people believe that people can achieve happiness and live well without religion, which they called theism, which they didn't believe in any gods or any gospels. This philosophy affirms the ability and responsibility lead ethical lives of personal fulfillment that aspire the greater good. Humanism informed by science, inspired by art, and motivated by compassion. Let's move on to my third report, which is constructivism. Constructivism is a theory that says learners construct knowledge rather than just passively there in information. People experience the world and reflect these experiences that build their own representations and incorporate new information into their pre-existing knowledge. This theory says that learners construct knowledge rather than passively thinking or taking in information. A student-centered philosophy, which referred to this constructivism, emphasizes the hands-on learnings and students were actively participating in lessons. This philosophy believes that students should be able to discover lessons with their own hands because it is the most effective way of learning and conspired this as a true learning.